Hey, it's Tim.
And it's Amy from GoWithLess. Welcome back to our channel. We're glad that you're here. The last time we shared about our nomadic plan, we gave an update to our nomadic plan, was in the middle of May. Well, we have made some committed plans, and we're going to be talking about what we've learned from our house sit and what our plans are moving forward in today's video.
We come out with a new video every Wednesday. If you're new to our channel, please be sure and hit that subscribe button and also ring the little bell so that you're notified when we come out with a new video. Please be sure and give us a thumbs up. And with that, let's get started.
In case this is your first experience with us, just a quick little background. Tim and I retired from our careers in 2015. We are early retirees and we do a lot of travel. So we love it so much, we figured let's do it full time. And we are planning to sell our cars, sell our home at the beginning of 2020 and hit the road for the long haul internationally for, we're thinking like 10 plus years.
When we initially launched our plan earlier this year and suggested that we were going to hit the road and be full-time nomads, we said that we were going to go to Southeast Asia and we were going to launch our plan roughly in April, May. So that was going to be summer. It was going to be incredibly hot. So coming off of a ridiculously cold Colorado winter, we thought, well, maybe that's not going to be so bad. And then some of our friends and viewers suggested that's probably going to be bad. And then right after that, we made a trip to Merida, Mexico. And Merida was 100 degrees, some days over 100 degrees. It was really, really hot. And we realized, yeah, that's probably good guidance that we were given from our friends and viewers. And so we nixed the plan to go to Southeast Asia.
But we needed to figure out another plan, and it seems like things are getting hot, hot, hot. We are in France right now, and we had not one, but two record-breaking heat waves. We had a week in June, and temperatures were in the mid, like it was 105 degrees. And people don't have air conditioning in most of France. So for a whole week, it was 100 degrees. Then another 5 days just ended a couple days ago in late July, another 5 days of almost 100 degrees. Well, the problem is that we can't really go outside. So we don't have a car while we're here. And here we are. We're not going to go walking and bike riding when it's 100 degrees. It's really like almost dangerously hot. I'm kind of feeling faint when we're outside on blacktop, and it's humid as well. So it's a little different where we're at home. It's dry 100. It really does make a difference. So a humid 100 is a deal breaker. So what we have realized is we really need to be very, very purposeful in picking places that are much better potential for like kind of sweet spot weather, like 60 to 80 degrees.
Yeah, so I like to say we're continuing to work on our filter for the ideal places where we want to be. So like Amy said, we're currently in France. We're in a little city called Crolles, which is a suburb of Grenoble, France, which is, again, a medium-sized city here in France. It has about 100,000 people.
Maybe 150. Yeah.
So it's like I said, it's medium-sized. And so there's not a lot to do here in Crolles other than be outside and enjoy the beauty. And sort of, if you're a family, this is a great place to be. But it's a suburb sort of environment.
In our year, Tim and I have really solidified that we like being around cities. As much as we have enjoyed this house sit and this town, and we have with both, it's actually been kind of quiet. It's been nice because we've caught up on our sleep. We've been traveling massively since the end of March, and we haven't had a lot of good sleep because we've been on all kinds of different time zones and busy. So it's been nice because we've caught up on our sleep. I've caught up on responding to everybody on YouTube. Hopefully there's no outstanding comments because I am trying to stay on top of that. But it gave us a chance to kind of catch up and relax, which was really nice. But we realized that it's a little too relaxing for us.
Yeah, we're really looking for some action, so some things to do. And also when it's hot outside, we want to be able to go and maybe go see a movie or things like this. And so it's sort of hard to do that in suburbia without a car.
That's right. So where are we going? Well, before we jump to our plan of where we're going, just a little heads up of the in-between. We are planning to list our townhouse for sale just after Thanksgiving, and we are chatting with a real estate agent, and she gives us all the information about our area. It turns out that houses in our area, townhomes in our area, are all under contract within 7 days of being listed. So it's like boom, 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 boom. There's no reason to think that we wouldn't be selling, that once we list our home, that it won't be within, I don't know, like 4 to 6 weeks that we're out. And we're giving a little bit of a cushion after that, just in case like a buyer falls through, or maybe their paperwork is, I don't know, loans are delayed or things like that. So we're giving a buffer, and we get really kicked off with our plan. We have firm plans starting April 1st.
And April 1st, we're going to be going to Orlando, Florida.
Woo!
Exciting
We're starting in
Florida.
Orlando.
Actually, we are really excited about this sit. The dog seems like it's going to be stellar, and Orlando's just a nice place to be. The other thing is we're going to have our car there. We only have one car left. We're actually going to drive to Florida, so we'll have our car there with us. If our house sells as quickly as we hope it's going to sell, we're going to be in a little bit of wouldn't call it a bind, but we're going to have to find a place to live quickly. And we're hoping to take advantage of our house sitting community and find places to live that are house sits. We're also hoping to get out of Colorado. January is a tough time of year in Colorado, at least for us, and not loving the cold. So we will hopefully house sit along the way to Florida as we look to get there.
And having a car will be very flexible. I think it's funny that our big nomadic plan starts in Orlando, but whatever, it starts in Orlando. I think that we are going to be really kind of busy and stressed from getting out of our home and having no home, getting our stuff into a storage unit, selling all of our furniture like quickly. Like, it's going to be kind of crazy. So by the time we get to Orlando, I think that we will be wanting some rest and relaxation. And the house that we found is a resort community, and it sounds very, very beautiful. It's very close. We actually can see all the fireworks at the Magic Kingdom. And for those who think that, oh, great, we can go to the Magic Kingdom, unfortunately, that isn't going to work at a house sit, because those tend to be really long days when you're going to Disney and Epcot and things like that. And when we're house sitting a dog, that's not going to work. But it's still going to be nice to be in nice weather and
yeah, it's going to be great to be there. Also, the fact that we're going to have our car gives us a lot of freedom just to go around and go get groceries and do things. It just feels like more like living like locals. So here in France, we've realized that not having a car really impedes our ability to feel like we're locals, because we just can't get around very easily, very affordably.
And a car wasn't offered with our house sit in Orlando, so it made sense just to keep our car, to bring that with us, because it's a very, very car-dependent place where we'll be going. So after that, we drive our car to Charlotte, North Carolina, where quite a bit of my family lives, and we're going to be selling that car because we actually booked a one-way ticket somewhere that is more exciting.
So selling it on the road is going to be a challenge as well. So we have to figure out what that looks like. We don't know if we're going to
hopefully we don't sell it on the road, because we're in the car.
We will be on the road. We will sell it either in Florida, or we will sell it in North Carolina, or somewhere between there.
Hopefully not between.
Hopefully not between there. So where are we going, Amy?
We've booked one-way tickets to London. We're going to be in London in the UK for hopefully about 5 months. So I've been looking at the weather during all these heat waves in the UK, all the way up to Scotland and Ireland and northern England, even southern England at the beginning part of June. And the weather was very moderate and very temperate. So we are going to be trying to stick around this area. And what's really, really cool is that house sitting is really big in this part of the world. So we're hoping to find some urban house sits, not necessarily like just London. We are looking to hopefully spend quite a bit of time in London, but places like Manchester and Cardiff, Wales, and
Edinburgh. So there are
Manchester.
plenty
Did I
of,
say that? I think I
you might
said
have already
that.
said that. There are lots of largish cities, 1 million plus people cities within the UK. So 10 plus that we found that are destinations where we would love to be.
We understand that public transportation in the UK, as well as getting from city to city, is very expensive in the UK. So we're going to need to be careful about that. So that's one of the reasons why we want to stay in a city, because it's kind of expensive if we're staying in a suburb to get to and from a city. So we want to be in a city so we can just go out and walk to stuff.
And as it is with all things in our life, or at least it seems this way to me, we have a plan B. If we don't find sits that necessarily work in the UK is an expensive place to be paying for hotels or to be paying for Airbnbs. We've decided that we would hop over to Eastern Europe, some place like Albania or Croatia, and be in places like that and pay to be there. We could be there and pay for an Airbnb for under $1,000 a month.
And I have had my eye on a place called Lagos, Portugal. It seems to have had 75-degree weather every single day during the 2 heat waves, which is very, very appealing. And it is a little bit more expensive, but we are, again, if Albania is too hot, then we're not going to Albania either. So yeah, so we're going off to London, and we'll be back in the US at the middle end of October, do maybe a couple weeks, a month in the US, and then out we go for the long haul. That's probably when we're going to hit the road for Southeast Asia right after. So that's the end of 2020. Hold up, I forgot to mention why London. We've been in Europe for the past 2 summers, and there are many, many places where we could go where the weather would be beautiful. Places in Mexico, places in South America, no doubt about it. But the reason why we picked London is because we are going to be near a hub of American Airlines, and we found a Charlotte flight for only 30,000 American miles, non-stop direct to London Heathrow. That was too good to pass up. We spent, for the 2 of us, 30,000 points each plus $5.60 to get our butts over to London. 1 flight. So even if it's delayed or something, that's not as big of a deal because we're not going to have to take many, many flights. That's just an easy situation.
Something that I'm excited about is just the adventure that comes with this being a one-way ticket to London. So we've purchased a ticket to London, and we don't have any plans beyond getting there. We certainly will have something booked before we get there because we have to be out within a certain window. It's actually 6 months that a U.S. passport will allow us to be in the U.K. before we have to go. So we will have onward travel before we show up, but it's just kind of exciting that we only have a one-way ticket to get there.
We are off to another house sit after this in San Diego. We're going to be watching 2 cats at the beach at a place we've already been, and we're looking forward to some perfect 75-degree weather in San Diego.
Cannot wait to get to San Diego for the perfect weather.
Then we get home, we get rid of a lot more of our stuff. We've been purging when we were home before the summer started. We're getting back. We are in heavy-duty purge mode. We don't have any more long trips planned for the rest of 2019. We have a whole bunch of trips planned, but they're all less than 2 weeks. We were gone for this trip for 7 weeks. So that's a long time when we're in this purge mode. So we're gone for, I don't know, like a couple days to a couple weeks. And otherwise, whenever we're home, we are getting rid of our stuff.
And by the way, before we go to San Diego, we are in Denver for 2 nights, 3 nights?
3 nights, but really just 2 days because we get in after midnight.
Boom, boom, boom. So we actually signed up for this on purpose just to get a feel for what this may be like in our next life when we are full-time nomads. So
we're excited about our plan, and there's probably 100% chance that it's going to be tweaking again because we keep learning so much about what we like and don't like and just our preferences. We have no gripes or complaining about our life. We love our life and our lifestyle. We love house sitting and traveling the world. We're really, really excited, but we're kind of realizing as we're going through things that are preferences, and I think things work out better if we can try to find like our sweet spot with our weather and having things to do in a city, stuff like that will just make it even better.
It's an amazing luxury to have this world of options available to us, and so we appreciate that completely. And we just want to make sure that we're doing the best thing for us with the time that we've been given. So every day when we wake up and we are in a new place, we want to make sure that it's the right place. And we're continuing to try and work on this filter to make sure that we're having the best life that we can possibly have.
Yeah, we hope that you'll join us on our journey. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, ring the little bell as Tim mentions to get notified, and comments. We love comments. We love engaging with our viewers. Have you been to the UK before? We would love any information about cities outside of London. I've been to London 3 times, and I think Tim's been twice. Yep. We love London, and we're hoping to spend quite a bit of time there, but we want to go visit other areas up there, from including Ireland and all the way up to Scotland, Wales. So looking forward to viewer suggestions. And with that, we'll see you next Wednesday. Au revoir.
Au revoir.